If we get killed here, I'm so sorry.
Timer.
Saima. South African Institute of Maritime Research, yeah? SAIMR, right? Welcome back to the Denas podcast. This is episode 5. We've got 3 guests on our show today. If you guys want to introduce yourselves. I'm Denis, tea connoisseur. Yeah, that's me.
My name is Tuguldur. You can call me Tugs.
I'm Emily. That's just Emily.
One liner, like it.
Well lined up, man.
One liner. This week we're going to be talking about vaccines because I've heard that people are bored of me not having a topic for our discussions. So that was me. Just thought that I would come up with the idea since it's a bit topical right now since there's been a new vaccine. So I thought that my twin brother has a bit of. I'm just suspicious. No, not suspicious. He's a bit opinionated about this topic. No,
I'm not very opinionated.
I feel like we're gonna disagree.
We've
disagree
got like
100%.
very opinionated people right now.
It's just I am what's it called? What's the word?
I mean, you're
Skeptical.
Yes, skeptical.
Oh, skeptical.
Not skeptical. I was about to say.
What's that YouTuber's video? What's his name?
For now.
Septiceye.
And this new vaccine has 90% effective rate.
Right?
Most vaccines are like
And they have to
92,
test it so
98%.
much.
Test it on who?
There's
They
like 40,000 people they tested it on.
There are
Do you want
5,000
to give
people
the
they tested it
background?
on, and like 90 people got the coronavirus. Interesting.
okay.
Did you say 90?
I think it was like 90 people got the coronavirus, and they're gonna stop the testing once they hit like 162 people getting the coronavirus.
Obviously, we can't see the long-term effects of it yet, but it sounds good, and there's no reason to think it's some like conspiracy theory.
I'm gonna say it's a conspiracy theory.
Go on. No, most of the
I feel like you
Okay,
will.
okay,
though.
okay.
out of the 4 people here,
There's
there's 3 people that are like
agreeing with each other.
agreeing with each other and definitely gonna get the vaccine, and obviously you're gonna get the vaccine
You have
as well,
the
but you're
consensus. I potentially will get the vaccine. I potentially won't
How
get
about
the
how about we just let Dennis share his views first?
You know what? Yeah, know what it is.
okay. Who did they test the vaccine on?
People around the
The
Africans.
world.
test people. Oh my god.
They did they not? I was the first place they suggested to test the vaccine. There was the statistic that like it says here, only it was like 53% of the population that they tested on the 45,000 people. So 50% of them was like white people, and the 47%, half of the other half was racial and
What? Oh,
ethnically
is this
diverse
just
people.
the UK or the World Health
It's just
Organization?
Pfizer. That's what the company that did the vaccine
How is it?
said. So 50% of the people was actually racially and ethnically diverse.
Okay.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, yeah.
They tested on Africans. That's what they did.
No, but for real, they're like, nah. It's just because I'm skeptical of just the government in general. It's not even just the vaccine.
Of
yeah.
course.
But
But it's not the
You
government
know-
who made it.
yeah, but who's gonna let it like be released?
The
Who
government.
do you
The
think- who do you think
government
funded it?
They
regulators.
bought it from a
The
private
government.
company,
Yeah,
but
but who do you think funded it?
the company, because whoever got it first,
company.
whoever releases it
Oh no
first,
no.
gets
No, no,
money.
no.
So they obviously are like racing
The-
to get it.
The company funds part of it, and then the government also funds it further to
Yes,
speed up the
yes.
process.
Exactly.
But I swear it's not even our government because it's like German or something.
It's not the UK government, but if you're skeptical of the UK government,
I'm skeptical of the
you're
world
skeptical
government.
of every single government.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Do you guys
You-
you guys know about the vaccines in South Africa? I think it was in 1960.
No, what about
Do you
them?
know who the what SIMAR is? South. Search it up. South. If we get killed here, I'm so sorry.
Timer.
SIMAR. South African Institute of Maritime Research. Yeah. SAIMR. Right. this one guy came forward. Do you know who? It's a whole different thing about this guy called Hammarskjöld. This guy, he died in 1960, which was supposedly planned by the United Nations because he was a general secretary for the UN, United Nations. So he was like one of the more controversial people, a part of the United Nations, because he actually wanted to help African nations that recently became independent because he wanted to boost their economy, and everyone else in the United Nations had like partnerships with the bigger, like more powerful countries like the United Kingdom and France and Germany and Spain and America, who all wanted to still abuse the rights they had on the they wanted to abuse the rights they had after they stopped colonizing the countries because they just wanted to get more money from these countries. And this one guy wanted to help the like Commonwealth countries basically. But long story short, in the documentary they interviewed this one guy from SIMA, the South African Institute of Maritime Research, and the one guy came forward and he spoke about his experience in SIMA. And in the 1960s there were like, everyone was racist back then, so the SA government would hire this militant white supremacy group that fought wars for them or did evil deeds for them behind the scenes, like for the government. So they interviewed this one guy. He came from SIMA, and they were able to interview him because he was he was a frontliner for SIMA, so he was like fighting the wars and stuff. And he knew of this supposed doctor that set up a clinic, and apparently he actually helped black people in the apartheid era of South Africa, which was unheard of because everyone was racist. So then the doctor gave out these vaccinations that weren't really vaccinations because it was HIV that he gave out. So this doctor was injecting HIV into black people, and in the 1960s HIV was like, I have to remember, it was a deadly thing. Like there was nothing curable with it, and it would get to you and you would die like, I don't know how many years later, but you would definitely die from it back in the day. So it was more of like a silent killer that could spread quickly throughout the black population to kill the black population. And it wasn't just in South Africa, because it had a clinic in Africa, but the headquarters were in Mozambique. I think it was Mozambique. So it was at least part of South and Southeast Africa. So because of that's just one example of the government.
Who would have told them to inject people with HIV?
What do you mean?
Like, who would have told him to start injecting people with HIV?
This guy he worked for SIMA. They were a racist white group. Do you know what I'm saying?
White supremacy.
White supremacy.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't think that would happen in this country. I don't think it would happen in this country as much.
It probably wouldn't happen in this country.
Yeah,
but because the vaccine's going to be given out to everyone.
Vaccines are a good way to hide things and make things seem like they're okay, but they're really not. Like when was it autism in 2006 or something started popping off?
That's false.
Don't blame us on the vaccines, because that's been proven wrong.
Huh?
That has been proven wrong.
Has it?
No vaccines have ever caused autism ever.
I haven't done research on that, but that's what I saw.
We've done it at uni. Okay. We've looked into it at uni, and it's false.
Oh, so let's say that. Okay.
It's people spread stuff like that to justify not taking vaccines, and then old diseases come back and kill those people.
It was
How
a real
old
doctor.
disease is going to come back if you don't take vaccines?
Because if the population doesn't remain immune, then it's just going to spread again. It's going to stop again.
Basically, there was a study that these people did for the people in the UK and the people in America, right? There's a study that people did for the people in the UK and for the population of America, and they basically how much for there to be herd immunity, you need to have 55% of the population having a vaccine, right? And 54% of the UK said that, oh yeah, we would definitely have take the vaccine, get my kids to take the vaccine and everything. But after they did research into the vaccine that was just released, I think 4% of them said they weren't gonna take the vaccine because of what Pfizer did, because of their criminal past and how they've all the things that they've done. 41.2% of Americans said that they'd take the vaccine. So even less Americans said they would take the vaccine, of course, because everyone in America is skeptical and they think that they're going to be injecting themselves with I don't know what.
Let's go America.
Do you know?
Wait, what did Pfizer do?
There's they've been involved in loads of different scandals. So basically, one of the things that they did was they've got extortionate prices. They've gotten they had basically what Pfizer did, they how they got such a big company. What they did was they bought out competitors, which is of course not ethical, because when is that ever ethical? And they have aggressive marketing tactics, which just push out competitors, and they can't compete because of the funding that they have and all these old white men that are just funding the company. They had the biggest criminal fine in US history, which was 2.3 billion for mispromoting a drug called Bextra. They overcharged the NHS, the UK health service, 2,600% for I think it was a diabetes drug. And they've got countless others. If you want to research it, you can do your own research. But there's so many things. But even if they've got all this criminal history, it doesn't mean that the vaccine is not going to be ethical, because they've done testing, and they've got these external people that do research and do testing on the vaccine. So it's obviously going to be
safe. And they'll get more money if it works.
True.
If it works, they'll get more money because more countries will buy it.
If they do inject us with whatever Denas is talking about,
or they could. You know what? First of all, how can you trust a company that just tries to extort people for money?
That's every company.
Every pharmaceutical company does that.
Stop watching Disney movies because they've taken over every
I don't watch pharmaceutical Disney movies. Thank you very much.
Most big companies.
Pharmaceutical.
I don't watch pharmaceutical.
Stop buying paracetamol because they're from big pharma companies.
Most companies, in one way or another, they do
External.
something that probably uses child labor somewhere, bruv.
It probably does.
For a vaccine to be eligible, it has to what's the percentage?
They said it was 60 to 70%
60,
working would be pretty good.
The WHO said that it has to have 50% efficacy to be released. Any vaccine. The influenza vaccine, right? The flu shots that you get has 50 to 60% efficacy. And no one's saying no one complains we get flu shots.
Any drug that's given out, it has to go through a series of steps. First, it has to be regulated by the company itself, and then it gets observed by the WHO if it's good or not. And then if you want to sell it to a country, it has to be regulated by the country's regulation body.
If
it can be sold.
The WHO, the government, or the company itself is corrupt, right? Or WHO is corrupt in itself, how are you gonna trust it because you're saying it has to be what's it called? What did you say?
What?
It has to be regulated by.
Has to be regulated,
regulated by the government.
It has to be regulated and accepted, right?
The World Health Organization.
Yes, but what if all of those things are corrupt inherently in itself? Because then how are you gonna trust
that? I think people who are doctors and scientists are the experts. I don't think they're really complaining about whether they're corrupt or not. I think they're pretty much accepting that there's a vaccine, and they're all experts. We don't really hear every doctor saying don't take the vaccine.
Yeah, that's true.
Every pharmaceutical company has a criminal past, and the vaccine has to go through rigorous testing before it can even be like announced or released to the public, because it has to go on testing on animals. It has to be go on testing on humans. It has to be tested on in labs. Like there's no way that this vaccine is not safe when they release it.
I mean, it could have long-term effects.
Of course.
Yeah,
Like,
we
because
just
it's
don't
so
know the
new,
long
we have no idea what will happen in like
Yeah,
10 years or whatever.
But we
They're
can't
like-
really wait.
Yeah, but our life won't go back to normal until like there's a vaccine. So you just have to deal with the risk.
Because like you don't know how long the immunity will like last, because it's only their testing started in July for the
Yeah.
vaccine. For their vaccine.
Basically, they tested for antibodies 1 week after they gave the vaccination.
Mm.
It's not really the best
Okay,
like time.
yeah.
You need to test it like months after, but it's good news though.
Some people are realizing that it might not be safe. Some people are realizing that they might not, like they're skeptical because of what flipping Dennis thinks.
Oh, Pfizer's American, by the way.
American multinational.
But
Not-
that's why it's
not-
made
not
by
German.
Wasn't it a
Germans.
German couple? A German
Yeah.
couple that like made it though.
It's an American multinational pharmaceutical corporation.
What other company did they
The
work
So,
founder was
so it got
German,
bought by
yeah.
America.
I think they've
by
always
the
been
American
American.
government.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Joking, man.
What if the government did own it, right? And it's not a coronavirus vaccine, it's something else. What can they benefit from that? They want to get the economy like back and
Of
running
course.
again, so it doesn't benefit them to like kill
So,
us. Or-
you know when coronavirus came out? Have you heard about the
yeah.
the Bill Gates conspiracy?
Oh god,
Oh,
I was in
oh
Birmingham.
no.
Oh,
Have you
my
guys
days.
heard
What,
about
like
People
he made it,
protested,
or
yeah.
Oh, it is is that the father company or what?
That's the company they worked with.
Oh, the company they worked with is German, yeah. But Pfizer, the company itself, is
Oh.
American.
Yeah.
So you're somewhat
they'll
correct.
just distribute
Anyways,
it?
yeah. Have you heard about the Bill Gates thing?
I did
The
back
the
then.
microchip. Basically, after
Yeah.
coronavirus got released, right? Bill Gates suddenly was like, "Yeah, I'm building a microchip."
Mhm.
And if you're skeptical, you think 1 + 1 = 2. Coronavirus, gonna make a vaccine for it. Bill Gates makes a microchip. And if you believe that Bill Gates has been cloned by the government, then you would definitely
Wow.
film a bid.
That
Then
is a
you'd-
lot to take in at
I know,
once.
but you didn't know about the Bill Gates cloning theory either. You guys,
No,
What evidence
do you guys
I
read?
think you've gone down the rabbit hole of
Do you guys
conspiracy
read?
theories.
Do you read?
I read
Yeah, we
from
do.
sources that are factual.
Yeah, this is potentially factual. You don't know.
99.9%.
Nah, but you guys don't know about. Do you think cloning is a possibility?
It's very
Well,
unethical. to
they've
clone.
done it
Yeah.
Basically,
on like a
humans.
sheep.
Do you think it's
Last
possible
year-
in humans? Yeah.
last year some Chinese
Yeah.
person cloned, like, just some Chinese scientist cloned some two children, yeah, and he got put in jail for it by the Chinese government.
What did he clone?
He cloned 2 children.
He cloned two children.
And he got,
But
and he
it's
got
It's very
unethical.
illegal.
put in pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but if the
They got
government
put
is
in
doing
pen.
it, how's it illegal?
What
Government
will they
aren't
gain
put
out of
themselves in prison.
cloning people?
Listen, yeah, you kill off because Bill Gates, yeah. Apparently, him and his wife died in. Apparently, him and his wife died. I'm saying apparently, by the way. Apparently, him and his
Okay.
wife
Wait,
died
wait.
back in 2015, I think it was. And
Right.
because they went through a, like, if you go on images, right, type in Bill and Melinda Gates,
Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
just their whole facial structure looks
I'm
different.
gonna ruin my search history of this, but
If you look at
Okay.
Bill and Melinda Gates, yeah, the whole facial structure just looks different from what it used to.
Bill Gates.
It's not
Maybe they're getting
perfectly.
older.
It's not perfectly cloned.
Maybe they got plastic surgery.
Maybe they got plastic surgery.
Right,
Mm.
they're rich.
Okay, quick science here from a medical student. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you clone someone,
You've been a medical
you
student
can't-
for like 2 months.
He's
Yeah,
been
but at least
studying
I
it
have
for so
much
long,
more
though.
knowledge than you. But okay, when you clone someone, yeah, you have to give birth to them as a baby. They have the same genes, but you have to give birth to them. So they start off as a baby. So how
the same
Gates get
age.
to being
Yeah, but
70 years old in 5
how-
years?
But how do you know that the government hasn't surpassed you?
Advanced aging technology.
Past 2 years.
Like, how do you know? Because you don't know what the kind of technology government could be hiding.
But if they
Yeah,
had that
but
technology, wouldn't they do something bigger with it than just replace Bill Gates?
Have you heard about the technology in Area 51?
Aliens, huh?
Not aliens, but I'm just saying that supposedly have technology like 20, 15 years in the future.
I believe in aliens, but no, I have not heard of the
Yes,
technology.
they supposedly have technology that is ahead of our time by at least 10 years. I think Barack Obama even said that somewhere. Don't quote me on this, but he potentially said that somewhere.
Okay.
When he
I
was
thought we
in
were
a
going
press
off the
conference.
topic.
Anyways, yeah, to get back on topic. Yeah, Bill Gates cloned, right? Him and Melinda Gates look a lot different. I can't remember exactly timeline, but yeah, if he did get cloned and then the richest man in the world is now recloned by the government and he does what the government wants them to do, you think it's all free will, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? And then the money is supposedly power these days. If you have the most money in the world, he can do what he wants. That's why I'm afraid to get rich, you know. I'm afraid to be rich.
But if the government
my
had
heart.
that technology, they wouldn't need money to do what they want.
They need the money to get the technology, man.
But they already have it in Area 51. Didn't you say?
Supposedly, no.
Alright.
They don't take everything by force. It needs to look ethical. You feel me?
Okay. Bill Gates
Yeah.
is like $100 billion, right?
Yeah.
The U.S. government net worth is actually don't worry.
How much? Say it. No, say it. No, tell me.
How much are they worth?
21.5 trillion.
Okay.
So what is 80 billion
Okay.
to 25.1 trillion?
You don't. This guy. What I'm saying is, yeah.
Don't you think the government has way more money than Bill Gates? So you'd be
Oh, of
just
course
like,
they do. But does Bill Gates not have way more money than you? You can't just have
Okay.
you can't just have the government, yeah, and then controlling people. You have to have a middleman, someone that's in between.
Bill Gates is
21
controlling
trillion, yeah, compared to your annual salary of average salary, let's say of 20,000, right, is a big difference. But 21 trillion is a big difference to 100 billion, and 100 billion is still a big difference to 20,000, but it's a closer gap. Because he's a man
I
that
feel like
made
you're
it
trying
himself.
to overwhelm us with numbers.
Well, I'm not trying to. Tugi started it.
And my 5k earn is
Don't
way
be shy.
bigger than your 0k.
Yeah, I have 0 right now, but when I'm rich, yeah, I'm gonna be up. Feel me? Anyways, yeah, that's why I'm scared to be rich, man.
I feel like people are gonna trust Bill Gates more than they trust the government.
Exactly.
So if he says, "Oh, I'm releasing,"
Well, clearly not.
Oh, obviously, because Dennis is a flipping
Exactly.
skepticism.
See, you guys would. You understand?
No one's gonna willingly like put a nano chip in their brain just for.
I
Exactly.
would.
Okay,
The
what's the
But Elon
what's
Musk
the
did,
evidence that Bill Gates is cloned? What's the like real evidence?
Elon Musk did release one like 1 or 2 years ago. He like started his company to
You hear that?
Release
He
what?
he released a chip that
Yeah, but isn't it for good uses?
yeah, to like
And it's optional to put it in.
true to like fix any cerebral damage. So like
And
if
if
you
it was a secret, he wouldn't announce it.
why would it need to be a secret?
Like, if it was like for an evil plan, right? You wouldn't be like, "Hi guys, I'm making it."
No, but if it was
No?
for an evil plan, he wants people to buy it or like buy into it. That's what he's saying.
People with brain damage.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
this was meant to be about vaccines, right?
Yeah.
No, just
does
conspiracies.
Dennis
Still
know
interesting.
how a
Dennis is the
vaccine
conspiracist.
works?
No,
Yeah.
because you guys, I say something, you guys get confused about it. It's hard to give you background information, which becomes a whole.
I think it's good that you question things. I just think you
Yes.
have to question the conspiracy theories too.
Oh, don't worry, I do. That's why I'm always telling you apparently and
Okay.
supposedly I'm using these words because I'm
Mhm.
not telling you I actually believe it. I probably will get a vaccine,
Yeah, of course.
It's good.
but I'm making you guys think too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the apparently the vaccine is not going to be required. Like it's not going to be mandatory. But
Yeah.
we're probably going to still get it because apparently it's meant to be.
We'll be the last people.
It's mandatory for
Old
health
people.
workers, I think. So like people that are actually working with people. So like like for health reasons.
I
And
don't think it's decided yet, is it?
apparently this company called SeatGeek a company that sells tickets. They said it's going to be mandatory if you want to buy tickets to like watch a football game. You're going to have the vaccine. So that's probably going to.
Oh, you know,
motivate
you know,
people
like,
to get the vaccine.
there's a conspiracy video that I saw. Yeah, I'm not believing it, but like,
Right.
it's saying that like, if you don't get the vaccine, yeah, the government won't care. Because like, okay, it's a conspiracy. If you do get the vaccine, you have like a microchip, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the vaccine, the government won't care because you'll be the minority, and if you're the minority, you get socially excluded. So that means you get hated by everybody.
You hear this?
What?
You are on another level. I like it, my friend.
What? I don't understand.
He doesn't get it. Basically, yeah, majority, 70%, let's say, of people. So say like you have a group, a friendship group of like four of those 5 people get the vaccine. One doesn't. Yeah, everyone laughs at you for not getting the vaccine. You might get the vaccine
do they know?
because you feel out. Because what do you mean? How do they know?
Because imagine, yeah,
Like,
you want
You're
to
gonna
go to a
there's
talk about
football
no
the vaccine,
game.
no?
If you want to go to a
Obvious
football
sign.
game,
You
they'll
can just say,
check.
I took it.
Yeah, you took
They'll
it.
check if you had the vaccine or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine you want
All your friends
And
can
then
check.
And you get socially excluded. You can't do as many things because you don't have the vaccine because they don't trust it, according to the government. You get socially excluded. You don't want it. You're feeling forced to get the vaccine, or you're just not part of society anymore. And it's a bit sad.
Yeah, it was a fun conspiracy theory. I like that one. I don't really
I feel like Snowden, man.
9 out of 10.
They'll be socially excluded and ill.
Apparently, there was another test, like another survey that said that 1,252 people said 89% of them said they would get the vaccine. So like, most people are going to get the vaccine. So there's nothing to be afraid of because herd immunity, as I said, was 55% or above.
Who do you think should get it first? Because there's
Uh,
not a lot. There's not enough to everyone have it straight away.
They said, how much was it? 1 million? How much?
Basically,
Yeah,
they
and you have
bought-
to have 2 doses of it.
UK
million
bought
Otherwise it
10
doesn't work.
million,
Million
10
vaccine.
million doses.
Oh, obviously,
10 million doses was it?
They bought 10 million doses, which means you get 2 doses for each vaccine. So there's 5 million people that can be vaccinated.
Okay. It's like
They
the same
also
as the
bought-
measles vaccine.
I don't know what.
Measles vaccine was 2 doses as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A lot,
they're like
a
3
lot of
weeks
them are,
apart.
Yeah.
Okay. Who should get the vaccine first?
People who are
Like
most
me.
susceptible.
NHS people.
Yeah, NHS workers and probably vulnerable people with health conditions.
yes, elderly and that.
However, I mean it's gonna be mandatory for NHS workers to get it, but
That would make sense.
Yeah, and care workers and stuff.
Yay.
It's not just Pfizer that we bought from. We bought more doses from this Oxford company, the Oxford Uni, and a company called AstraZeneca. We bought 30 million doses from them.
30
Nice.
million.
They're all getting rich out of this, aren't they?
Trust me.
Yeah, they're a UK company only, so you know.
You heard Russia. You heard what Putin said.
Yeah,
Their vaccine's even better, man. I
apparently.
believe that.
They've been saying they have a vaccine for so
But
long.
they don't share the results
92%.
with
I
anyone.
think they said. I think it was 92%. Yeah,
I'm
whatever,
not gonna
whatever the
surprise
world
that.
does, Russia's always better in it. That's what I love about man. He's on top. The guy does not give a toss. He doesn't give a toss.
Aspires to be like him.
Yeah, if I was Putin, man, I would do whatever I want, man. You know, Russia love him as well. It's crazy. This guy. You know, there's a picture, yeah, of all the.
He won't leave.
Yeah, you know, there's a picture, yeah, of the American candidates, yeah, to become presidency. You saw Joe Biden, you saw Donald Trump, and you saw there was someone else there. I can't remember them, right? And then there was underneath it was underneath it was a picture of Russian presidency candidates, yeah, and it was Vladimir Putin, and Vladimir Putin.
But you know, it's kind of smart. Like imagine.
They can't get rid of him.
No,
He
you
was-
can't.
He was in office. He was in office 4 years, and then he
Can't.
got into office again for another 4 years, and then he became prime minister, and then he could apply for presidency again for another 4 years,
Yeah.
and then this man changed the
The
length
law.
of presidency from 4 years to 6 years,
That's
And
what
then he got
Trump's
voted
trying to do
again.
right now.
and then he dissolved presidency, and now he has a parliament, which means that he can have control for forever now.
Yeah.
See, he's smart.
I'm telling you, he's on top of the game. You know this guy was part of KGB, so you know he has secret underground people with him, man. You mess with him, yeah, you get him
Why
poisoned.
is that a good thing? I'm not a fan of him.
You don't like him? I think he's sick, man.
It's like what Trump's trying to do, like stay in office for as long as he can.
But Putin's different, man.
Yeah, but if you've seen what live in Russia, they're like most older people. They praise him and they're like, oh, he's the best. But the younger generations and they actually see what he's done. Like he's running the company and like there's oligarchs that are flipping rich and there's like really poor people that live in like Chelyabinsk and like these poor towns and cities.
Like slums.
In slums, yeah. Like they get minimum wage and they live in like rusted flats.
Yeah.
In like Lithuania, you know them. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That one that
But
dad
the
was
thing
trying
is,
to record, isn't it? They get it oneself. Yeah, must have.
The Russian government isn't going to show that to the rest of the world.
Yeah. And they have flipping. They just have like fake news on the like running on TV, like
kind of like
North Korea.
Yeah, like North Korea.
So does America as well.
Yeah, America's
There's Fox, yeah.
Fox News.
So does every country, to be honest.
every country does that. But
Yeah.
no, you know what? Like Putin, he's a badass man.
Did you see
Not really.
He's a bad boy.
Not in a, yeah, he's bad. Yeah,
He's a bad boy, man. He just does not give a damn.
There was
That's
there
not
was
a good thing.
You know, Joe Biden just doesn't want UK to leave Brexit. He thinks it's not a good idea.
Good. Yes, I like Biden. Well, I don't like him, but he's the lesser of two evils.
Amen. You know, Kamala Harris is wants to fund the Israeli state. This is funding them.
Both of them have done bad stuff, but
Yeah,
Trump is just worse in every way.
because he's racist.
But now Biden's in, we can say how much he sucks, because he's not a good option at all. But he was the only option.
Why?
Yeah, he's done some bad stuff.
But like, have you seen all the things that he's like basically promised to do?
Proposed.
It's better.
Yeah, he's done some good stuff. A lot more
Right.
than Trump, but he's also like, you can't forget the bad stuff he's done. Now he's won, we can talk about it. Apparently Putin will not congratulate Biden because he still thinks that Trump could like win and they're like buddies.
That is not okay.
Like he refuses to congratulate him.
Oh, that's not nice.
Because of the voter fraud, apparently.
Yeah,
Voter
tonight,
fraud.
yeah.
Vote? Oh
We're gonna-
yeah. Trump was moving mad on that one.
Tonight, some Russian assassin is gonna come into our houses and assassinate us.
Guys, if we die after this podcast, yeah.
No, you said you liked him. You're fine.
You
It's
said-
me who's gonna go.
KGB.
The KGB gonna finish you guys, man. And you're first.
Cool. At least I'll get
Oh,
to
you
tell
know,
him
he
how I
used to be
feel
in
before I
part
go.
of KGB.
I know.
Yeah, this guy was like top of the top, man.
I was gonna say.
Hey, Denas,
Yo,
are you going back to uni?
nah, like 2 months.
Oh,
So long.
so you still paying for your accommodation?
Yeah.
Oh, that's peak.
Sometimes I do.
Speaking of Nottingham Trent University, have you seen the thing, the mask they made?
Oh yeah, they made a mask, man. Apparently it's
What?
dead on contact.
It's good.
Let me get up real quick. So yeah, they posted it and it says a new antiviral face mask which uses nanotechnology to kill viruses, including COVID-19 and influenza, has been designed and developed by a Nottingham Trent University scientist.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the first layer is fluid repellent layer. Doesn't let anything doesn't let anything through. I think it kills things. And then there's a filter layer. And then there's an antiviral nanotech layer. Then there's another filter layer. And then there's a hypoallergenic hydrophilic layer. If you know what that means.
I'm looking at a picture.
To explain.
Hypoallergenic. I'm guessing it doesn't cause any allergies. Hydrophilic, which means water loving. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Basically, long story short, yeah, nanotechnology kills the virus.
But like, I feel like there's not much point in that. Like, as long as you just wear a face mask near someone, you're probably not gonna get it.
I don't like the look of this. I think it's the throwaway
Alright.
ones, so we're just making waste.
It
more
looks
waste.
like them, innit?
We need
I feel like-
reusable ones because they're already in the ocean.
I feel like it's gonna be one of them ones that the air just goes right, and the air just gets in through the side.
Dennis doesn't trust face masks.
Oh my goodness,
No,
no.
not necessarily. Yeah.
They protect other people. Don't wear them for yourselves. Wear them to vulnerable people you might be walking past or something.
Listen.
Yeah.
Now at first I was a lot more skeptical, but now I see they most probably do work. See, thing is, at first I was a lot more skeptical. I didn't wear them at all. I still would rather not wear them, but I didn't wear them at all. I didn't want to wear them. I still don't want to wear them, but it's just that I didn't feel like they worked because you see all these other masks like doctors wear, or whatever, like what do you call it? Paint fumes, right? You don't want to breathe in paint fumes. You know what kind of mask you wear?
Okay.
Yeah. N95.
Yes.
Those big ones, yeah.
Yes. Or them, you know them like the ones where they wear the hazmat. They have 2 respirators in them. Like just paint, like a normal thing, just paint fumes. Yeah, you'd wear that mask so you don't breathe in anything that's contagious, right? Yeah. So you don't breathe anything that's contagious, right? But with coronavirus, most deadly virus in history, you wear like a little mask. I think it's gonna protect everyone.
It's not to protect you though.
Yeah,
If you're in a room with people not wearing masks and you're wearing a mask, it's not going to protect you. But if everyone's wearing a mask, there's no droplets flying everywhere, right? You're protecting each other.
The thing about the N95s, the ones you wear for your paint fumes, yeah, it protects you. It doesn't really bother protecting anyone. It just protects you. It stops you from breathing in like viral or bacterial shit. But with these face masks, it stops your spread of going outwards to people. It still means you still breathe in viruses, but it stops your viral load going out to other people.
Yeah. But I saw this thing, even with like what was it? Coughs and sneezes. Potentially, it doesn't really stop them as much, and also it comes out the bottom of the mask, so it's still spread out.
Yeah, but the risk is much lower.
That's why you wear like a better mask, like a. Yeah, but not everyone has access to that, so you just government's telling you to wear these masks. Yeah, for what reason? It's just not really gonna.
Better than nothing. If everyone tries to wear a mask, it'll be like the risk will be a lot lower than if like no one did.
Yeah, but it's not a lot higher. Potentially.
It is.
But
because the droplets is the way you get sick, right? Like most people get sick through the droplets, not like touching stuff.
Yeah, that's
so
what they tell you.
if we reduce that.
That's what they tell you.
That's the science.
Scientifically proven.
That's what they tell you.
By loads of companies.
Isn't it?
Well, hey, that's what. Hey, that's what.
No one's telling me. I read a report.
That's what they want you to believe, man.
Oh my god.
It ain't me. It's them. But don't put the blame on me. I'm just a messenger.
Protect the people in your area who are vulnerable. Just wear one. It's not that deep to wear one. It's cold. Wear it to keep warm.
Actually, I do that sometimes. Even when I get off the bus, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But either way, even so, yeah, these masks, yeah, if you're kind of potentially, not even if you're already sick, but the particles in between the mask and your mouth, yeah, most of them stay, right? So you're breathing in most of the same particles you're breathing out, and they can make you sick. And then and then what do you mean no?
No, either way, if you're breathing it in and you're taking it back in, it's the same.
No, because you breathe it out, yeah, but the mask supposedly stops it, right?
It doesn't increase your CO2 levels, if that's what you mean.
I don't know what. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, yeah, the mask stops. You're saying the mask stops the droplets and the particles of you breathing out, right?
Yeah.
Like so the water droplets, not air.
Who breathes out water?
You do.
Huh? Everyone does.
You breathe out oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen. I know, but that's not gonna condensate in midair, is it?
When you're like speaking, you spit out small like water droplets.
We don't see it, but we do.
So I'm spitting on this thing.
Yes.
You learn something new every day. I thought you meant like air particles. Either way, yeah.
Okay.
No,
okay, here's a little analogy. If you drink water and you put it in your mouth, yeah, and you take a glass and you drink it again, nothing's changed. It's not gonna make you sick. It's like that. You take the virus in, you put it back onto your flipping mask, and you take it back in by breathing it back in. It's not gonna do anything. But
when you breathe out, you breathe things you don't need, and you're now breathing in things you don't need. That's oxygen.
Wow. Either way,
the oxygen levels stay the same.
They go down a tiny bit.
No, they don't. I saw it, like, they tested it.
Yes, and I saw someone
Okay,
test it as well.
It's not
Okay,
enough
it
to
probably
do.
does go down, but it's not enough.
You can have
like
an oxygen
9%.
tester and breathe in and out with the mask, and it stays exactly the same, your oxygen
The
levels.
oxygen test isn't accurate enough to get anyone.
It's very accurate enough.
If it's accurate enough to like read it, you're not gonna notice a difference with like the tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
If there is
so
a tiny
it's
difference, you won't notice it.
it needs to be more accurate so
It's
can
it's
read
99% accurate.
Yes, 99% accurate is not enough, man.
So why do you care about that 1%?
Huh?
In that 1%, what's gonna happen?
There's no such thing as a 100%.
He's looking at me like there's some demon eyes.
Like coronavirus is a lot worse
Guys,
than tiny bit lower oxygen levels, even though that doesn't happen.
Guys,
You know?
I'm just trying to
Lung failure is a bit worse.
rattle your
He's just trying to get us triggered.
trying to grind your gears. That's the word, isn't it?
I mean, I'm glad he's here because
Guys,
if we were
don't
all
worry.
agreeing,
Yeah.
then there'd be no conversation.
I do wear masks, so don't worry about it. When I have to.
Good.
I would actually recommend you do it. You wear it when you play ball, it'll make you fitter. Your lungs work harder, innit?
Buy one.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do that.
instead. Yeah, but proper one. Not this
So what?
crap.
That
one that's
reduces
gonna
them
make
even
me-
lower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll make me fitter, but the thing is, yeah, let me tell you about this, yeah. When you train, because you're training basically training higher altitude, it's just a stimulation, train higher altitude, right? When you
Low
train,
oxygen levels.
yeah, low oxygen
Low
levels.
oxygen levels.
Yes, it's high. It's was it HIIT training? High HIIT, I think. No, that's high intensity,
Yeah.
isn't it? I can't remember. Something. It's HI something. Basically, a higher altitude training, right? That's what it stimulates. That's what the mask stimulates, right? I think if you don't do it if you train for it, yeah, and your body's used to it now, or it's been like, say, a month, and your body's now getting used to it. Say after 2 months, your body's now used to it. The same way, say if you train a mountain, and then you come back down 2 weeks later, your oxygen the blood in your oxygen gets used to what's good, being in the altitude.
Acclimatized.
So yeah, was it?
Acclimatized.
Yeah, it acclimatizes to your actual altitude you're at, yeah. If you train with a mask and then you don't train it for like, let's say like, I think it was, if you don't train for 1 day, you have to train for 3 days just to catch up.
VO2 max.
I don't know what that has to do with it.
That's the concept, I think that's the concept you're trying to make.
Potentially, I'm just saying if you train higher altitudes and then you stop training, I don't know what this has to do with coronavirus, but if you stop training for 1 day, you have to be do high altitude training again for 3 days. So if you're not doing it literally almost every single day, there's no point.
It's like in general with cardiovascular exercises. Basically, within like a few days, you lose like 20% of your cardiovascular ability in general if you don't run.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, interesting, man. It's the same way, when the Olympics were in New Mexico, everyone started to break records. Remember that? I don't think he was alive, but can't really remember if he was alive, but yeah, everyone broke new world records because it's at a high altitude, so the air was thinner. So like things like javelin throwing and running through thinner air is easier.
Yeah, that happens in Formula 1 because you get less air at high altitude, so there's like less air resistance and shit. Something like that.
Sick, man, isn't it? Interesting stuff.
If masks aren't safe then because of oxygen levels, why are the sports ones safe?
Because they specifically decrease your oxygen levels on purpose.
And it has better filters, I think.
But there's actually no evidence
you can breathe
that
in and out
masks
easier.
reduce your oxygen levels.
I think what he's trying to reference like just sports ones, the black ones with filters on them.
Oh, okay.
But there's special ones that have like filters that restrict your airflow,
So that's obviously safe to do.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
If masks did do that, but they
if
don't.
masks is, yeah, it's obviously going to be safe. People are just complaining because they don't want to wear a mask. There's all them American people.
Yeah.
Have you seen All Gas No Brakes? Like he just walks up.
Yeah.
Why are you not wearing a mask?
Free rights.
We do. There's so many
freedom
people.
to be on a ventilator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Emily gets very vexed at these things, you can tell.
Yeah, because it's so stupid.
Yo.
Like, because I have a family that's high risk, right? When I see people in shops, or, well, if they have like a hidden disability, then fair enough. When people like choose not to wear a mask, it makes me annoyed because, like, if my dad walks past you, if he gets it, he might not recover like you will.
True.
So it's like you don't want to wear a piece of cloth for like 5 minutes while you go get some milk. Yeah, makes you uncomfortable. You know what makes me uncomfortable? Death makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't want to lose my family members, and it means you have no idea who you walk past who has it, like who has a serious illness. You don't know.
True.
Like my family look normal, but they all have illnesses. So like you have to
Very
just
true.
care about other people. You
Yeah.
know?
You're right.
Just wear a mask
I
if
wanna
you
watch
haven't
World
got a
Burn.
hidden disability. What?
What?
I want to watch the world burn.
That's fair enough then. Go to America.
No, I'm playing. I love you guys. Sometimes. Oh yeah,
I've been doing
my
it
GoFundMe
for-
will still be in the bio if you wanna,
What is with the GoFundMe?
I'm not trying. I'm okay now. I'm gonna stop because I don't wanna be begging. No, it's just when you go to uni and you come in debt. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that.
That's why you work
Well, I
part-time.
don't, but sure.
Yeah, I did that.
I got in debt.
Yeah.
Basically, I need to overcome my debt as well. So go subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Tuki's got the most debt, right?
I'll give twice as much in my GoFundMe and I'll give half of it to you.
Chase that bag to you. Whatever it takes.
Oh.
Alright, so boom. Does anyone want to say any final words?
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. You hear that? Tugi?
I approve that message.
Listen to the experts.
Listen to the conspiracists. I'm joking. Do your research. No, listen. You listen as well, 'cause I know you're not subscribed. I know you're not subscribed. If you're not a waste man, you like and subscribe.
Peace out.